back to Let's Clean a Record. I am the cleaning guy, which is a little ironic today because we're not going to clean anything. Instead, we thought we'd give you a tour of our cleaning station and the studio in which we shoot these videos. We'd love to see your cleaning setups, your cleaning stations. I was inspired by all the videos and pictures out there of listening rooms. I just think that's really great to see how guys put together their equipment and build it all around a sweet spot, the acoustic treatment that they use, and just a look of the listening areas. So we thought we'd do the same for our cleaning equipment and the whole station where we film everything. So let's kind of start off with a view you don't often get. There's a big old funny looking light. This is what we use to record my voice. We have a dual mic pre here. We're just using one side. This is the classic limiting amplifier, the 1176, been around forever and ever. And we also use a universal audio analog to digital converter. It's called the Volt. It does a great job. Very, very nice, clean conversions. And that goes in to the computer. You've got a few tripods for cameras. And then over here, just some storage area. This is where we keep our wands and columns for the VPI machine. Yes, we have quite a few of them. We got one for 10-inch records, one for 7-inch records, two of them for different kind of record cleaning fluids, one for an enzymatic solution and one for pure water. And these fellas are must-haves. These are microfiber claws, and I love these, the big, soft, very plush kind. In fact, I've really been liking the sort that have no seam on the edge. You generally find these at automotive supply stores, O'Reilly's, and places like that. They're great for cleanup. They're great for setting a record on for manual processes. Must-haves in the studio, I think. Some more lighting and those big round guys that reflect light, but there you are. What do you call this thing?
Reflector.
A reflector. This is the view you normally get. Actually, let's start here. Let's go with the machines first. This is the Loracraft string type machine. One of my favorite to use. It's just a joy. Kind of one part high technology and one part Victorian laboratory. It's one of those cleaning machines I would say, if you could only have one, well, this just might be it. Really great cleaning machine. We've done several episodes with that. Oh, by the way, here's the microphone we tend to use. This is a Audio-Technica 4050. Good all-around mic. Back to the cleaning machines. This is, of course, the ever-used workhorse of a machine, the VPI. This is the Cyclone. It's a good suction-type machine. I think the 16.5 is probably the most common. A lot of guys have VPI. The advantage of the Cyclone is that it goes in both directions, which is a nice thing to have. By the way, everything is sitting on a calyx unit, which is bolted into the wall over here. Some storage bins there. Down below, storage of distilled water. If you have a Kermis system, which we do, you're going to go through a lot of distilled water. Behind us, our fun little caricature that our dear friends gave us. Handsome fellow, don't you think? This is where we keep our cleaning fluids and other related accoutrements. Over here we have the Zero Stat. Everyone knows what that is. And if you've seen our videos before, we use the Giotto blaster quite frequently to blow off the large particles before we begin a cleaning process. Up top, we have some of our smaller bottles. The good supply of Laura Dusson, which is one of our go-tos. We see Turgiclean there. This, by the way, is Flitz. This is a metal polish. If you ever want to polish the pins on your AC plugs, which I highly recommend you consider, this is a good polish to make that happen. I'm also seeing some Prelude from Walker Audio, some of their enzymatic formula, which is actually a powder. You mix it in with water to create that. There's Turgiclean. We've done videos on Turgiclean. And here are some of the Kermish products. We see their goat hair brushes, their carbon fiber brush. That's the compound there. That's the compound that's used to render the static charge the opposite from that which is in the ultrasonic machine. We've also got spray bottles, those brown bottles, which are brown on purpose because they block UV light. We use those both with the Kermes process and with the Loracraft machine. So I'm a big fan of those. And in the back, there's some lesser used record cleaning fluids. Down here on the second shelf, this is our most used fluids. We have L'Art du Son, probably our main go-to. Close second would be AIBS, formula number 15. This is half record cleaning fluid and half enzymatic solution. I love this for older records. We've got their pure enzymatic formula, super cleaner formula. That's a pretty good record cleaning fluid too from AIBS. Turgiclean, we mentioned that previously. There's MoFi, and then over here we have the remainder of the Prelude system. And then down below, some pure water rinses, isopropyl alcohol. I see the Disc Doctor too. This is our favorite manual cleaning approach, and they make a great record cleaning fluid to go along with it right there. There's some more water back there. Oh, and I also see MoFi's product. They make a pretty darn good record cleaning fluid as well. The rest is just pure water. Also, always like to keep a dish rack on hand. Sometimes when you go through certain cleaning processes, you want to let the record air dry. This is a great way to do it. Either get one that's plastic like this, or one that is metal but covered, has a rubberized coating on it. Obviously, you don't want to scratch your records. That bottle contains a half deionized water and half reverse osmosis water. It's very pure. You can buy it from large machines at high-end grocery stores, and it's just a good all-around water for rinsing brushes and things of that nature. Let's move over here. There's the KL Audio, probably the most convenient record cleaning machine on the planet. Just drop it in, it'll run it through an ultrasonic cycle and dry the record for you. Down below, this is just a basket of towels, and these towels in particular I draw your attention to. These come with this spin clean machine, and they're wonderfully absorptive towels. They're actually intended for surgical procedures. They've never been inside someone's body, but that's the way they work. And they're wonderful for cleanups and spills. I just love these, almost worth the price of admission alone when it comes with the spin clean. Here is that spin clean. Everyone has seen these sort of things. Sometimes they're yellow. This edition was clear plastic. Functionally no difference whatsoever. This is kind of a budget version of a spin clean called a Studebaker. Very similar in the way it works. Not a bad deal at half the price, but you don't get the fancy towels. This is something we picked up at a Goodwill store. I don't know, a couple of bucks. What'd you pay for that, Shug?
$6.
$6 tops, okay. Well, I think it's intended originally to hold pens and pencils and things like that on a desk, but as you can see, I think it'll stay right there. We use it for our brushes. And we have a pretty decent little supply of brushes here. We'll start over on the right. These are the brushes that come with the Loracraft machine, and I think they really are the best for the Loracraft. Love them. These are the brushes that go inside of the spin clean. This is just an old carbon fiber brush that's frankly crap. Always keep a soft toothbrush on hand that I use to clean the pads on the suction type machine in between cleanings, in between sides. Like this brush very much. This is a VPI brush. It's very stiff, but yet soft bristles. It's a good quality brush. You can see here we have a couple extra wands for the VPI machine. All of these are Osage brushes, probably our most used brush. Excellent brush for suction type machines. These are specialist brushes from Osage for a 7-inch record and for a 10-inch record. Here we have the MoFi brushes. These are the Disc Doctor brushes. That's our favorite manual process for sure. These green brushes are the Walker Prelude brushes. Excellent brushes, pad type brushes. And you may have seen the video we did recently on the Nitty Gritty brush. Good quality for the price, just an excellent value. Only about 20 bucks. So those are our brushes. And over here, that's the Kermes Audio. We've done several videos demonstrating how to get the best out of that process. I have to say, if you're willing to take the time, That is the most effective process that we have yet come across. Excellent, excellent way to clean records, but boy is it time consuming to do it right. This is our vinyl inspection station with an electronic microscope. Yes, that's sitting on a platter from an old VPI turntable I used to have, a Scout. Well, I still have it, don't I? But no arm, no motor. Just use that as a platform these days. Going over underneath the Loracraft, this is where we keep the various inner sleeves. Japanese inner sleeves, 7-inch, 7-inch outers, more of the Japanese. These are from Kermis. Really wonderful quality inner sleeves. I suspect I'm going to acquire more of these soon. Some generic sleeves, Mo-Fis, very good quality as well, and just some other ones there that we have. This is an extra mat for the platter on the Loracraft machine. It's a rubberized kind of thing, and the reason we have two is sometimes we like to place a wet record down on it, clean one side, and then flip it over, and of course before we flip it over we change out the mat. Next we have the vinyl flat. This is as the name implies, a vinyl flattener. It comes with this heating pad, and if you do it properly and are patient, it might take a couple of days. You can flatten a warped record. I've done it many times and it works, with one exception. If the vinyl that is warped is from the sort of mid to late 70s, that stuff doesn't tend to go flat. I once tried to flatten Kiss Destroyer and couldn't do it. After a week of trying to flatten that record, I eventually tossed it because it just would not work.
That couldn't have been terribly disappointing.
Are you kidding? Kiss Destroyer?
Kiss Destroyer. Sorry.
Did you hear that, fellas? Okay. Anyway, we will find the right record, the right warped record to demonstrate how to use the vinyl flat. Just haven't come across it yet, but look forward to that in an upcoming episode. And then lastly, we keep a few extra mats down here. This is a replacement mat for the Liz Sondak, a cork mat for the VPI, rubber mat for the Dr. Fikert, which is our mono table, so stuff like that. Well, that's it for the tour of the cleaning station and studio. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to see pictures and or videos of your cleaning station. How do you have things set up? What machines, brushes, and fluids are you using? Please comment and share your thoughts. Maybe we'll learn something new and feature it in an upcoming episode. Until then, we'll see you at the next record.